Was good, man. AHumbleSoul, we checking back in. Came across an update, man, regarding Snootie Wild, Memphis rapper Snootie Wild, who was murdered, back in February of 2022 out there in Houston, Texas. Everything took place around 2 a.m., February 25th of 2022. The details are a little weird. Initially, it was revealed that a woman told police that, she had accidentally reversed her SUV into a ditch, which is when, some people came up and tried to assist her, tried to help her get out of the ditch. And it's also when, for one reason or another, Snootie approached her with a gun and pointed a gun at her. She said she took off running and then heard gunshots.
Developing right now, a local rapper shot and killed in Southeast Houston.
Tonight, Snootie Wild is being remembered by loved ones who now want answers and his killer behind bars. KPRC2's Rilwan Belogan spoke with his family. He is joining us now live with the very latest in this case. Rilwan.
Andy, Lauren, a witness told investigators that Snootie Wild pointed a gun at her. His family says that's out of his character. But a witness told police her vehicle was stuck in a ditch. Two people nearby offered to help. Then, according to the witness, Porter pointed a gun at her. Officers say the witness ran away, then heard a gunshot.
When police made it to the scene, they saw the SUV reversed into a ditch, backed into a ditch. They found Snootie Wild in the ditch, man, suffering from a gunshot wound to the neck. They performed first aid on him, and the paramedics, they transported him to a hospital.
Okay. All right, we're at 7000 England at Alice. We have an SUV in the ditch behind me, and we have one adult male that's been shot in the neck, and he's at the hospital right now, and he's in critical condition, so prayers for him. We believe the shooting probably happened just right at 2 a.m. What we do have right now, we got some excellent video from an individual that lives over here. He saw his video was, I guess, for somehow alerted him. He looked over a fence over here where he lives at and observed our suspect vehicle and three other individuals, two black males and one black female. And like I said, this is all great video. They were around this vehicle that was in the ditch. We heard one shot go off, and then the car left. The car did come back a little bit later and then left again.
He was initially said to be in critical condition, and the doctor said it was 50-50. But a day later, he ended up passing away from his injury, man, and it was shared on his social media page that, although he was gone in the physical, his memory still lived on. And during that press conference, man, after Snootie was shot, law enforcement pretty much said that a resident in the neighborhood's camera, they caught everything on camera. The camera showed that it was a group of people. It was Snootie talking to a woman and two other dudes by the SUV that was in the ditch. So they was talking for a minute, and then next thing you know, a single shot is let off, and the group gets into a car, and drive off. I guess Snootie staggered off and collapsed into the ditch, and it says that the camera also showed the group pulling back up, minutes later they pulled back up to the scene while Snootie was in the ditch, and then they pulled off. I don't know if they was checking to see if he was still alive, if he was still there, or if they was coming to, finish the job or whatever the case may be, but nobody was charged, for Snootie's murder until like 10 months later. The guy who was charged, his name was Ivory Duke Williams. He was 22. He was charged in December of 2022 with Snootie's murder. But this was months after Snootie's family had came to, the police letting them know that they had an idea of who was responsible. And they said at that time, Houston police wasn't really making a lot of progress on the case, so it wasn't a major priority.
One
year after a rapper from Memphis was shot and killed in Houston, a suspect has been charged in his murder. The family of 36-year-old LaPreston Porter III, known as Snootie Wild, says Porter's son played a vital role in helping investigators make an arrest in this case.
Nearly 300 days after the shooting death of Memphis rapper Snootie Wild, whose real name is LaPreston Porter III, a 22-year-old has been charged with murder. Ivory Duke Williams was arrested by the Houston Police Department in Texas on Wednesday.
Hearing that, that he did finally get caught, it kind of brought peace to me a little bit in a way.
Porter's 20-year-old son, Latarian Burt, says that peace came with a lot of patience. Burt says he went back and forth from Houston for several weeks after learning about his father's death.
Just trying to find answers, reaching out to different people. Then, like somebody finally came toward me with a tip. By the grace of God.
According to Burt, he says he gave Houston police a social media tip in October. He says the tip was the alleged shooter admitting to the crime, but it took months for Porter's family to get answers.
He ended up being charged with Snootie's murder, you know what I'm saying? And after he was arrested, law enforcement revealed that he told them the same thing that the woman told him, who ended up being his cousin. He said that, they were talking, his cousin had backed into the ditch. Snootie approached them, pointing a gun at him, and I guess that's when everything went left. But apparently it was supposed to be over a car wreck. Like they had a disagreement over a car wreck. So, but the details are still kind of scarce, man. I don't know if, Snootie's vehicle was hit as well, or something happened that made the lady reverse into the ditch, man. If they already knew each other, man, it wasn't too many details shared about the situation. Everything was a little unclear. It was said by Snootie's family, they did different interviews with different news outlets, and they were pretty much saying that the guy Ivory was allegedly bragging about Snootie's murder on social media, and that's what kind of placed the attention on them and had them look into him, you know what I'm saying? Had them not only alert, Houston police, but hire a private investigator to look into everything, and that led to his arrest, 10 months later. Fast forward to October of 2024, it was a post made on Snootie's social media page on his Instagram as well as his Facebook, showing a screenshot of the guy Ivory Williams, and the headline that he had been that his case had been dismissed because of lack of evidence, and it also had the caption that, no words, with a heartbroken emoji, #justice for Snootie Wild. Something else worth pointing out is that they never found a gun on the scene, although, the woman as well as her cousin Ivory Williams both said that Snootie had a gun, that he pointed a gun at her. They never found a gun on Snootie. They never found a gun on the scene. And, Snootie had just, prior to everything happening, he had just been released from prison, I believe in 2021, after serving some years. And he was getting his life back on track. For those who are not familiar with Snootie Wild, he was somebody out of North Memphis that ended up blowing up to a certain extent from his hit Yayo.
Snootie, he got one of the hottest records in the street right now. This is my favorite motherfucking song. Let's go, DJ. I don't know you, Yayo. CMG.
He dropped his song Yayo in 2013. Yo Gotti ended up finding out about the song. It caught his attention. One thing led to another. He ended up jumping on the song and also signing Snootie to his CMG, to his label CMG. And this is like during the early stages of CMG, man. It was just Snootie, Gotti, Zilla, and another artist by the name of Wave Chappelle. They put out their own compilation mixtape, and they all was building their own buzzes, man. And, Snootie was like one of the front runners of it, man. He was the one who had the Billboard charting song Yayo, touring. He had signed a major deal with Epic. Things was looking good for him.
How did you meet Yo Gotti?
Oh man, just really grinding, man. You know what I'm saying? He had came back home and we got a couple of clubs around there in the area, right? So he always touched down. I didn't know that. I just found it out. That's how he heard me. You know what I'm saying? So he'll touch down and just check out some of the clubs when he come back home. They playing me. You know what I'm saying? The crowd going crazy. And then the DJ, I think one of the DJs told him like, you know what I'm saying? This kid stay right up the street from me, from North Memphis. So he ain't off from Memphis, period. So for me just moving the crowd and coming from the city, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get your own city. He was like, damn, I got to meet this cat. You know what I'm saying? So Lil Larry hit me up, the DJ that's kind of like the voice of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So, it started from there. He linked it up. We met up. You know what I'm saying? We had the same conversation, the same kind of like game plan of what I'm trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? So it was like self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? We on the money train now. We trying to get it.
So success to me is like watching Snootie up here doing an interview. Okay. When I met Snootie, I met you you had just got out of prison not too long ago. And I hit his line. We pulled up on a corner in Memphis at a restaurant. You know what I mean? With him and his homies.
Right.
And I told him, look,
tank top
and I told him this. I said, look, I'm gonna do what I can do to change your life, to put you in your position, to put your people in position. And look, we on the radio station right now. Right. Yayo, Made Me, got another single, August I single coming. Right. That's success to me. Right. At this point, you know what I mean? So you got I've been getting money.
Different love.
I ain't chasing no money no more.
And on my money chasing you.
On my end, it's just a blessing. Cause first of all, you know what I'm saying? Me coming from where I came from, man, I was able to get reached out by somebody that was already been in the game, you know what I'm saying, got knowledge of both ends now, as far as being an artist and being a businessman. You know what I'm saying? So I get to watch both worlds move. I get to watch how he structured his team as an artist and how he structured his label as a businessman.
At some point, he ended up parting ways with CMG. There's a lot of different rumors and speculation about what led to that, what led to them parting ways, but Snootie, he ended up, going solo. Going independent, had his old team, Yayo movement. Also, found himself in some legal trouble, went back to prison and all of that, man. But he had got out around 2021 and was determined to get back on his feet and pursue his music career again when everything happened, man, back in February of 2022, and his life was taken. And fast forward to October of 2024, the charges have been dropped against the guy who's allegedly responsible for his murder, But I just wanted to report on that. I've been wondering what's been going on with the whole Snootie Wild case, man. He was definitely one of Memphis's stars, rap stars, and like I said, 2014, 2015. And also in the early stages, he was one of the guys holding the torch for CMG, before he parted ways and started doing things independently with his career. But just another example, I did a documentary on Lotta Cash Desto, another Memphis rapper who ended up relocating to Houston just like Snootie did, and she was murdered out there. The facts behind that, is a little questionable. Telling like what the real motive was. The same thing with this. Was it just really an argument over an accident, or was it deeper than that, man? But most definitely stay tuned if more information comes out about this whole situation. But definitely want to put a report out, about Snootie Wild and an update that I saw on his social media page, man. But just checking in, man. If y'all not already subscribed to the channel, man, hit the button ASAP. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and all of that. Spread the word, drop a comment, share it, man. It's greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? As we continue to grow. Until next time, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. 100.